Hello, everybody. Today is June 4th. I have Ashley with me from Mcoy, and we're taking over Thursdays on Forward United. Ooh.
Yeah. I hear
so,
the clapping in the
background. and so pretty much we're just here, hey, I see
Hi.
you. Pull you up.
Oh, hi.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you guys. So basically today, there's been a bunch of stuff going on. There's been a bunch of stuff going on. And I do know that with the most recent protests, I know here in Detroit, a lot of the Black leaders are coming out. And so we're going to spin that topic for tonight. And pretty much as you guys come along, please share your thoughts and whatnots. And we will see them, we will post them, we will answer questions. So, Ashley, after how many days of protest, weeks of protest?
Ooh, I believe we're on like the 10th day, which is yeah, it's surreal.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work today and I work downtown. I work in Austin for the people who don't know. I don't think a lot of people know, but yeah, I work in Austin. And downtown, we had a lot of customers who came in like with signs and with masks. They read, "I can't breathe," and it wasn't just like Black people. It was like people of all races, and I've seen that in the video, so I wasn't surprised. But it's just, I feel really, it's just like this sense of togetherness, this sense of, I've never felt this all my years in this country. I think, when you look back in history, this will be called like the second civil rights movement. And I've also heard that this was like even more powerful than the first one. I read, well, I saw a video on Twitter that the 3rd precinct in Minneapolis was burned down, and that's unheard of. I've seen a lot of buildings that are burning down, and not just Minneapolis, but DC, and this is COVID-19 definitely plays a role because a lot of people are out of work, and that's honestly like, I wouldn't say it's even a bad thing. I mean, a fourth of the nation is out of a job, and that's bad within itself. But the way the government keeps us in control is because people have to work to survive. And so most of the time people are worried about like missing work and going to work the next day. So they can't afford to protest for 9 days straight. I've never seen a protest last this long. All 50 states in the United States is protesting right now. And, people even in other countries. So, COVID-19 and the unemployment shows us that, when people aren't, what's the word? When people aren't attached to a job or aren't, desperate for hours at work and don't have to show up to work the next day, then they have a lot more time for activism, and they have a lot more time, to get together in communities and figure out like what we're going to do. And, there's two sides to it,
Uh-oh, Ashley. You good? You good, Ashley? Yeah. You guys, I know that right now she's on her end. You good?
I believe I am. I can see you.
We can see you. Go ahead, continue what you were saying because you had cut off.
No,
Because
you're
you were
good.
making a really good. You were making a good point.
So like, there's goods and bads to, people being out of jobs. The bad is, people don't have money. They don't have money. They won't have money to eat. Millions and the
It's
good
all
part,
right. It's
the
all
good
right.
part, the good part is that people can protest, and we need this. Oftentimes people ask, why do we just like protest for one day and then go back to as usual? People have jobs. People need to live. They have to worry about like whether their kids have food on the table. So it's not as simple as people don't want better. It's simply, the survival mindset. The survival mindset that keeps people from thinking of anything beyond, food, shelter, and those kind of things. I don't know.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it shows because, again, a lot more people, not just here in the United States, but all over the world, they're recognizing that what's going on and what has been going on has not ever been fully addressed. And they're tired of it just as much as we're tired of here stateside. They're tired of seeing probably the news on their end of young, innocent Black lives being taken, and they're tired of the injustice going on. They're tired of, voices are not being heard. And so yes, they're protesting and they're speaking out. And so again, like you said, it does show unity, not just here but all over. It shows that when folks have had enough, they're going to come together and they're going to say something and they're going to voice what they need to be, what needs to be said. And you're absolutely right too. COVID-19, it just unfolded and unveiled what's been going on for years. And so now we got these leaders now that are coming out and saying, hey, we have demands that needs to be met. We have things that need to be done. But we need leaders in the public sector as far as our governments go. We need you guys to listen to our demands, because if you don't, the same things are going to happen. They're going to stay the same. And if we don't change anything for the fact of the matter, then the next generation behind us, they're going to suffer for what for the lack that you guys didn't do, And I believe that the YouTube video where it shows 3 different generations of people coming together. And the one guy says, I'm 40 something years old and I've been through this. I lived this. The guy said, I'm 31. I'm 30 something years old and I'm going through this too. And he talks to the 16-year-old. He said, the 16-year-old, as of right now, he has to do something better for his generation, because if he does not, if they don't do something better together collectively, the cycle is still going to continue. And I think that's powerful, to have a group of like individuals understand and realize we got to come together. There is no more of this separation. I mean, I found it cool that in Houston, that Bloods and Crips and GDs were walking together. That right there, that was awesome. Oh, if y'all didn't see that, go find that somewhere on YouTube. That was awesome. Did you see that, Ashley? Did you hear about that one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I heard like some older people, because I don't really know this.
Oh. You're good.
Okay. So
You're good.
yeah, it just feels, these are hard times we're living in. And I keep on hearing from older people that these are like the hardest times that they've had to live in their lifetime. 60-year-olds say that, which is crazy, because it's like I'm living in it and I have nothing to compare it to. So, you know, generations from now, they'll be like, oh my God, how did you guys like survive all of this? And
exactly.
I don't know. I'm gonna just tell them I woke up every day.
There you go.
But you know, these times are like really depressing, to be honest.
True.
I usually don't really get depressed over like these types of situations. But the thing that really got to me was Trump's tweets and all of that. It's like he's really calling it. Well, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I mean, based on tweets, it really looks like he's calling for a war against citizens. And you know, with the tweet when the looting starts, the shooting starts, and him talking about we're calling the military into these states because for protesters. And I've seen videos of the cops and the National Guards shooting tear gas. And I learned that tear gas is actually banned in the
Hold on, you guys. Bear with Ashley. Bear with her. Bear with her. She's been having connection issues.
This will work.
I can hear you. It's just that your camera is frozen.
Wow. Okay. Let me see.
Oh wow. I think your Wi-Fi really doesn't like you at this point in time. All right, you guys. So while Ashley is getting ready and pretty much getting things squared away on her end, you know, just want to again just reach out. Hey, there she goes. Again, you know, chat. You know, thank you guys for stopping by on Forward United. Typically, who is it? James and Heidi. They're pretty much here just to help us out, and so we're here to help them out as well. So again, if you guys can, please like, subscribe, share, do what you got to do to get this channel, you know, up and running. Not necessarily up and running, but engaged and involved, because there are some different issues from different points of views that happen on this channel as well. So just want to give James and Heidi a big shout out as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah.
I know you were saying that how I know you were talking about
the
how
tear gas.
The tear gas. Yeah. Explain a little bit of that.
So yeah, I learned that the tear gas that they're using is actually banned in the military, and that, you know, it's seen as like a cruel type of a sec volumes. I think it speaks volumes that that we've gotten aren't as safe as they say they are. And like I don't know if these statistics are correct, but I've heard that 1 in 50 people who get shot with the rubber bullet up when I'm done with this stream. But yeah. I don't know. How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel about how does it make you feel, like, when you hear all of this news, and, like, does it get overwhelming or anything like that?
Oh yes, there's been times where I literally had to stop watching the news. I mean, I've been stopped watching the news, but even then, like on Twitter, like I literally had to stop being on Twitter for like a couple days because it was depressing.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Normally, most people who know me, they know that I'm outgoing. I'm doing something. I'm smiling. I'm laughing. I'm joking. I'm doing something. But when I've been having those declines where it's like I'm not my normal self and I feel like I'm not my normal self, I have to take a step back. I have to kind of take a breather and recuperate and just be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. And I know that what's going on, it's hurtful, it's damaging, but at the same time, like I got to do something about it because if I don't, it's literally going to eat at me. It's going to tear me away and just make me feel ugh. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Which part
when
of it, like?
oh man, like with the going back to the leaders, how the leaders they're not doing anything. Like for some of them are stepping up to the plate, and the few that are not stepping up to the plate, that's my issue right now. They're not stepping up. They're not calling a spade, and they're not saying, okay, we need to do this, and we need to make sure we have something in place to make sure this does not happen again. You know, we see them come in during election season and they make these big grand speeches of what they can do for us and how they can help us out. But at the end of the day, you don't come through and we need you to come through,
Yeah.
you know? And so I believe that if you want to be a leader and establish a relationship with the serve, you have to be there. You know, there was a senator in New York that had a picture of him getting pepper sprayed. You know, and he spoke up about it. He spoke up again. He's like, I'm there and everything else, and yet the same people that have sworn to protect me, they treat me like I'm some kind of criminal. And it's like I'm not to put words in his mouth, but when you look at the picture of him, it's like, wow, like if this is how you treat your elected official and whatnot, there's no telling the ordinary citizen. And it shows. It shows that there's a lack of humanity. There's a lack of compassion. There's a lack of understanding. And I believe that our leaders, they have to address that.
Yeah.
They have to be held accountable to a higher standard than anybody else, honestly. And,
You know, like with the whole cop system, there's like been debate on this on whether we should group all cops into this, bad category, or just say some cops are bad and, there's a few bad apples. Chris Rock actually did a piece on that, and I retweeted it on our channel. So if you
me
want to
too.
check that out. But you have to think about like why the criminal justice. I mean, why the police were created in the first place. I rewatched this documentary on Netflix called 13, and it talks about how Bill Clinton, like the crime bill, it put a lot more police in predominantly Black neighborhoods in the three strikes law, to where even if you had just marijuana only 3 times, then you're in prison for almost life. And so this is like one of many of the systems that hold Black people back and was meant to basically enslave people. So it's a shame that it's gone unchecked. And so I look at these videos and it's like now we can see their true colors on a bigger platform, because I've seen a lot of videos of peaceful protesters. I have a friend who went to a protest and it was peaceful, she said. and they were still throwing tear gas and rubber bullets and all of that. And then I've, been in contact with people who say the same thing. A protest was peaceful, but the National Guards were in front of them, and basically it was kind of intimidating because, I mean, who wants to, go somewhere where there's like a line of people in military gear, almost like you're a war criminal or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like Trump is painting protesters as like war criminals. He's called it Antifa, I don't know. But it's I feel like, Trump is going to try to spin this, what could become a war, on fighting domestic terrorism. That's why he's given it a name, Antifa. And but I don't think it'll work. Maybe, for the people who are like extremely
Say that last part again. You kind of cut out. Ashley?
Let me try moving somewhere else.
Okay, go for it. Go for it. and again, you guys, what Ashley's saying, she's making a really big point is that even in like Michigan, we're going to use that as an example, a lot of times the cities that are actually the peaceful protesting, they have the National Guard there. And that's not to say that some of the people that are actually doing the looting and the throwing of stuff, like that's not the people that live there. Those are pretty much outside. I know I was talking to Heidi, one of the main people that kind of operates this channel. Even she said that in Minneapolis, a lot of people that got arrested, they were from outside the state. So it just goes to show that even in the protesting that's going on, you got to right now that need to get going out. Like the one video that was going around on Twitter where there was a white guy. He had a skateboard. He was smashing out the windows. It looked like a government agency, and a group of the peaceful protesters, they came and they stopped them and said that we're not going to do that. No, and he left. And so it just goes to show that we got to do what we can to get everything squared away. Okay, so actually, I know that covered a little bit of stuff and everything else. I know I get ready for tomorrow, and I don't know what your schedule is looking like for tomorrow. But is there any final thoughts you want to leave with the people?
Well, I believe now more than ever, I feel the unity in this country. And I feel that once we get through these very, very, very hard times, that we'll come out on, the right side. And I'm not like really, just trying to portray myself as optimistic, but that's what happens in history. And America tends to be resilient. And just seeing the protests and seeing people of all races and people in every state it's been 9 days of protesting. It's like I fully believe that America will come out on the other side.
Uh-oh.
But
You guys will just pick up. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just
Go
want
ahead.
to say, I just want to say that I appreciate all the people who are making an effort, even if you're not protesting, if you're donating, if you're even tweeting or telling your family about some of the things you've learned about race. I appreciate it. Like I
And I agree. I agree with you fully because with the unity being shown here, it shows that we're not easily divided. It shows that we're not easily be like sheep and be led astray. Like, no, we have a common goal. We want to make sure that equality is not just for one group, but for everybody. And that justice, it needs to be not only just for one group, but needs to be for everybody. And so with this unity, it's going to be really, really hard to break that unity. And like you said too, that on the other side of this, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to bet that America's come out a whole lot stronger, a whole lot more unified, and realize that there's more that goes on than what we're seeing. And so, again, we encourage you to go out and vote, register to vote, and be the change that you want to leave for your kids and your grandkids. Be the change that you want to be, because they're watching you. The next generation, next two generations are watching us. They're watching us to see how are we handling this. They're watching us to see the good and the bad. And you have to let them know that yes, there'll be some fights, yes, there'll be some tears, but at the end of the day, as long as you do something positive with the energy that you have, as long as you do something positive to change and make sure it stays, then you're going to be okay. I know what Andrew said when he was running. He was saying that he wishes that once everything is said and done, that we have America where it's like, yes, your country loves you. Yes, your country values you. And yes, your country is going to do everything that they can, that we can, to protect you and make sure you have a better and brighter future. And I think as of right now, as these protests are going on and as these leaders are coming together and as they're coming with some kind of platform and saying, hey, these are the demands that we need, we're going to see that unity. We're going to see that push of something better, because the current system that we have right now is not working. It's not working, and it needs to be a change, and we got to go up from here, you guys. We got to band together. We got to go up from here. And again, educate yourself as much as possible. Talk to folks, and it's okay. And it's okay to have those uncomfortable conversations, because I believe, my personal opinion, that the more uncomfortable you get, the more you're able to grow. And once you be able to grow, and once you're able to learn from different experiences, you're able to pass that knowledge on to somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Wise words.
Yeah.
What's great is people are wanting to know about, things deeper than just police brutality. They're actually wanting to know what systemic racism is. And that gets me excited. So it's like, now we can delve into the deep.
Yeah.
And so let's open that window and let's heal it, because we can't move on as a country without it being healed first. So that also gives me optimism. And I keep on recommending this documentary. It's called 13th on Netflix. I promise you won't be disappointed. It is very informative. If you want to know what systemic racism is, this is where you start. It's about the prison system and how it was basically the new slavery. It is the new slavery. And yeah, so just check it out.
Yes. And I'm about to put it. I'm about to send the comments. So if you guys, as you guys are watching, 13th on Netflix, there it goes. Okay. So that is our time for tonight. And again, be sure to follow this channel, like this channel, subscribe to this channel, because this channel has a lot more going on. And also, we also have our own YouTube channel. Yay!
Yes.
And so we're going to be doing the episode tomorrow. So if you guys have not tuned in to that one, again, we'll be going live there. Okay. So that is it for tonight, you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for dropping in. This is Ronald. We got
And I'm Ashley.
And we are from
Mcoy.
Oh,
we're from Mcoy. Follow us on Twitter, MCOYORG, and subscribe to us on YouTube, the Melanated Council of Yang. If you didn't know what McCoy meant, MCOY, Melanated Council of Yang. Hi, Ivan. Love you too. And so, yeah.
Hi, Ivan. Love you. That is it for tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for bearing with us. And we hope that you guys learned something from tonight. And just look forward to many more. All right. We're signing off. You guys have a good night. Enjoy your night.